AMC is about to get stunned by the Kumba. We're going to see if we can get them to come up to our tower line anymore. We blink in, we use our ultimate, we're able to get 2 of them. That is a Neith backflip. Neith has no mobility, we shoot her with the 1, we're able to get the pick. Kumba is in his passive state. We are going to let our teammate get the Kumba kill, and we're going to make a play for this Vulcan. We use our 2 to get the slow, and Janice is able to clean it up. What a do, Scooby-Doo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Cerberus in Ranked Joust. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, this video is video 3 of 9 that are pre-recorded because I am on vacation. Tomorrow's video is going to be the patch notes, so be sure to check back tomorrow and get updated on the changes happening to Smite. Let's go ahead and review Cerberus' abilities. Cerberus' 1 is his Paralyzing Spit. This ability is going to shoot at least 1 projectile and up to 4 projectiles. Every time Cerberus hits a basic attack, one of his heads is going to become alert. Each time a head becomes alert, it's going to shoot an additional projectile, up to 4 total. This ability, if all 4 hit, is going to stun the enemy. Cerberus' 2 is his Ghastly Breath. He's going to do a cone attack, and enemies hit by the middle cone or the middle damage are going to be slowed. This ability is going to reduce the enemy's magical protections up to 3 times. It is going to have a slow duration of 2 seconds, and it's going to cause all of his heads to become alert. Cerberus' 3rd ability is his Jump. Whenever he lands, he's going to deal damage and sever the souls of his enemies. This is going to create the souls of whoever he lands on. These souls will not block any of Cerberus' hits, do not deal any damage, and when Cerberus kills them, he's going to get a heal. Cerberus' ultimate is very similar to Ares' ultimate. He's going to knock up all enemies within a circle of him, and then he's going to pull them to a single point. Cerberus' passive is his Spirit of Death. Anytime an enemy god within 40 units of Cerberus is healed, that healing is reduced by 20% and Cerberus receives 50% of the heal. So let's focus on the gameplay, kind of go over the build and the leveling order for your abilities. In most situations, I feel like I would recommend you level your 2 with Cerberus, but we're going against the Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna has his Mesmerize, which is his 3rd ability, and that will cancel us out of our 2. So it would be a shame if we put a lot of points into our 2, that's our primary attack, and Kumba just ruins that for us every single time. So we're actually going to be maxing out our 1 this game, just because of the matchup. The 1 we can get off quick. Kumba has a root and Neith have a root. The root is not the issue, it's the Mesmerize. Looks like we're going to win this first wave's advantage. We start using our 2, trying to stay away from the Kumbhakarna. In terms of the build, we are going to be starting with Warrior's Blessing. We're going to jump in real quick. We make a Soul of Vulcan. We're going to pop a shell onto this AMC, body block a little bit, use our 2 onto the Neith. She's very weak. We're going to use our 1, get her absolutely one-shot, and Janice is able to get the first blood. That is an additional 500 gold for Janice, and we get an assist. We're going to go ahead and rotate to the left middle camp. We always want to be hitting a camp in between wave whenever we can. That's going to allow us to gain the maximum amount of gold and XP. So we went with Warrior's Blessing instead of Guardian's Blessing. My channel is primarily Conquest videos, and a lot of people ask me, do these builds translate over to Joust? And the answer is sometimes. In Joust, Guardian's Blessing is not as strong as it is in Conquest, and that's because of the gold you get whenever the item evolves. In Conquest, you gain 3 gold per second, and in Joust, you gain 6 gold per second. So in Conquest, it's really worth getting Guardian's Blessing for the additional gold. But in Joust, we're kind of already getting a lot of gold. And I think Warrior's Blessing is going to be a better item. It's going to give us some protections, and it's going to make sure that we're dealing a little bit of true damage each time we land an ability. In a Cerberus support, I would definitely go with Guardian's Blessing. In a Cerberus solo, I'd be going with the Warrior's Blessing. So we want to build Cerberus more like a bruiser instead of a true support. We're able to get the damage buff. Damage buff drops at 2 minutes. We do have our ultimate. We're going to jump in. We're going to cast our ultimate. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Neith. We're going to hit the Vulcan. Vulcan uses his beads. So we actually made a little bit of a misplay right there. We probably should have checked to see what relics the enemy had. And I apologize for an audio switch. It turns out that on my first take of making the audio for this, something happened with my mic and the later half of the audio was ruined. So I'm coming back and doing it with a different mic, and it appears to be working. So we went with the lifesteal boots instead of the cooldown boots. That's going to give us a little bit of lifesteal. We're off to a pretty good start so far in the game, and it's a little optimistic, but I think we got this one in the bag because the enemy did not get beads as their first relic. We shoot our line attack to clear the minion wave. We got to fall back just a little bit. We're going to jump in onto this Vulcan. Kumba uses his ultimate, goes past us. We're going to use our 2. That's a Vulcan ultimate. We're going to fall back just a little bit. Vulcan unfortunately gets the pick onto our AMC. I think Vulcan's out. We're going to have to fall back here. It's not going to be a good fight fighting into 3 people like that. We've got 3 minions chasing us, so we're going to go ahead and focus these guys. Our blue buff is up, so we probably want to make a rotation towards the blue buff after we clear these minions. Yep, we're going to go ahead and jump over the wall. That's going to create some souls, and as we destroy the souls, we're going to gain some health back. We drop the blue buff for our Janus. Doesn't seem like he wants it, so we might go back for it. We're going to make our way back to lane. Janus still is not going for the blue buff, so we're actually going to make our way back for it. This game, we want to be applying high pressure to the Vulcan and to the Neath, just like we want to be protecting our AMC and our Janus. Let's see, the side harpies are up, so that is something we could go for after this wave. AMC is going to clear the wave. Here comes Kumba. This start, Warrior's Blessing and the Lifesteal Boots are really good for turning your Guardian into a Bruisery Warrior. We're going to ult 2 people. Neither of them have beats. We're going to use our 2 onto the Vulcan. We're able to get the pick onto the Vulcan. We're going to try to turn our attention to the Neath. Neath gets a stun on us. We're going to pop a shell for our teammates, and we're going to start falling back. We're really low on health, so we're probably going to want to back here. AMC is still in it, so we're going to try to get a spit for him. Unfortunately, we miss it onto the Kumba. The damage buff is up, but we're too weak to really contest it, so we're just going to go ahead and back. We're thinking about going the Voidstone this game, but we're actually going to pick up Gauntlet of Thebes first. Gauntlet of Thebes is one of the best items you could get, and I thought I backed. Tried to buy because I thought I backed. It's not letting me. Turns out, just some good old-fashioned Smite lag. So we're going to pick up the tier 2 of Gauntlet of Thebes. We don't have enough money for the tier 3 version yet, but the Gauntlet of Thebes tier 3 is going to give us 300 health, and it's also going to give us 15 HP 5. HP 5 is the rate at which you recover health over 5 seconds. Gauntlet of Thebes is also going to allow us to start stacking protections. Gauntlet of Thebes can get up to 50 stacks, and you gain a stack by getting an assist on a minion or an enemy god. Each stack is going to provide 1 physical protection and 1 magical protection, capping out at 50 each. Once this item evolves, it is also going to provide an aura for any teammates that stand near you. They're going to gain 10 magical protections and 10 physical protections. So not only does this item make us really beefy with over 100 combined protections, 300 health, and some HP 5, it's also going to make our teammates a little bit beefier. We ult some people right there. Unfortunately, the Neath is able to get out. We're going to jump back onto this Kumbhakarna. We're able to get him with our 2, and we're going to fall back. Cerberus has some really good abilities, but when they're on cooldown, there's not too much that you can do. So you want to be a little selective on when you use your abilities. Always try to jump out of spawn. It's going to allow you to get to lane just a little bit quicker. You might catch an additional minion or 2's worth of XP. Our blue buff is up, so we're going to start working on it. Janus was not interested in the last blue buff, so we might just take this blue buff. Down goes the blue camp. AMC's in a bit of trouble, so we're going to rotate up, see if there's anything we can do to help. That is a Vulcan ultimate down. AMC is very weak. I think they're going to be able to get him. We hit our spit onto the Neath. Does a decent amount of damage. We're going to use our 2. Kumba mesmerizes us out of our 2. With the mesmerize, it puts us to sleep for a duration of time. If anything attacks us, we're going to wake up. So it's like putting us to sleep, and if we get poked, we immediately wake up. If we don't get poked, then we time out the mez. We're going to jump onto the Neath. She uses her backflip. We're going to use our 2. We get stunned under tower. Janus is able to ult the Neath. We're going to fall back just a little bit. Get some good damage onto the Kumbhakarna. We're going to go ahead and ult the Kumbhakarna. Vulcan appears out of nowhere. We're going to get his turret and then turn our attention to the Vulcan. We're going to use our 2. That's a double slow because of us and the Janus ability. Janus is able to clean up, gets a double kill. AMC is here as well. Since we just got 2 people and Neath is responding, we should be able to get this tower right here. After we get the tower, blue camps are both down and the red camp is down. So there's not a whole lot we can really go for. We might try to invade their speed. We might just try to poke out this Neath. We'll see what we do. So we've maxed out our 1. Now we're going to want to be maxing out our 2, our ultimate and when we can, and our jump. Damage just spawned, so we're going to start making our way to the red buff. Whenever we land on them, it's going to make some souls. We're going to go ahead and destroy those souls for some extra health. Some extra health regeneration, I should say. You don't actually gain more max health or base health. Just a little heal. Goomba comes over here to knock out an AMC hive. We get mesmerized, and that's the exact situation that we want to level up our 1 instead of our 2. We're going to jump in onto this Neath. She uses her backflip. Vulcan's hanging out a little bit. Our ult is ready in 5 seconds. Probably going to try to ult some people right here. AMC gets a slow onto Vulcan. We're going to come up. We jump in. Neath does her backflip. We ult. And we miss both of them. I feel like as we ulted, we slowed down just a little bit. And that gave him enough time to step outside of it. We're going to step up out of the Vulcan turret. Avoid his ultimate. We're going to try to get the stun onto this Neath right here. We get the stun onto her, we're going to jump on her, get some damage. She uses her backflip. Now we have her 2, we're going to use our 2 on her. And unfortunately we missed some of the ticks. We're going to fall back, we get caught on a minion. So even though we are pushing Neath out of this team fight, our team is still getting pressured. This Vulcan is dealing some good damage. Kumba's setting up the Vulcan. Vulcan has the damage to clean it up. So in a situation like that, I'd probably be better off trying to help my team than trying to push Neath out of the team fight. Neath is still hanging around. We are able to get the pick onto the Vulcan. We get rooted. We're going to go in aggressive. We jump over the Kumba root. We're going to use our 2 to get the slow. It's also going to give us the 4 shots on our 1. We miss all of our shots, and it looks like Kumba is going to be able to get out. We have enough money for another item, and we're pretty weak. But we don't want to back quite yet. Janus just backed, and he's going to miss this entire wave's worth of XP and gold. Whereas we hung around, and we're going to get that farm to ourselves. So that's actually really going to put us ahead. After getting the Gauntlet of Thebes, we're going to be going into the Voidstone. The Voidstone is going to give us magical protections. It's going to give us a little bit of magical power. And it's going to reduce the enemy's magical protections by 1%. This applies to both me and Janus. So if I am near the Vulcan, Neath, or Kumbhakarna, their protections are going to get lowered, and then Janus can come in and clean up some damage. Protections also get reduced from Cerberus's too. So as we level up the 2, it's going to reduce more and more protections, up to 3 stacks. Reducing the enemy protections, setting up your mage, is a pretty good strategy. You just gotta hope that your mage is pretty good. Vulcan's really weak right here. We're going to jump in. We do have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and ult him. Vulcan uses his ultimate. We're able to avoid it. Kumba stuns us. Right now we're trying to focus Neath. AMC gets popped. We're going to pop our shell onto him. We're going to try to body block any auto attacks from this Neath. We try to hit her with the stun, but not all 4 connected, so it did not stun. We jump in on the Neath. We're going to use our 2, try to set up our team. That's an Aegis, so we're immediately going to fall back. Right now our team is very aggressive. We could be focused on the Phoenix, but instead we're kind of chasing kills. I think it's just Kumba left, and unfortunately we don't have a minion wave any longer, so we're going to have to fall back here. We do have 2 wards because we want to make a play for the Demon King. So I think we're about to set him up. Could be wrong though. Damage is up, so we're going to go ahead and make our way to the red buff. We use our 1, we're able to get some damage off. That is a Vulcan ultimate coming in. We get rooted by the Neath. We jump out, get some damage onto the Kumba. I think we ate the ult for somebody. We're going to keep falling back. For a second relic, we got Blink. Even though we're probably out right here, we're going to go ahead and blink away just to make sure. Looking back, if Vulcan was that weak, we absolutely would have just turned and fought him. But Janus is able to clean it up, and we're just going to back. After going into the Void Shield, which gives us the Voidstone, which gives us magical protections, we're going to be going into some physical protections. I think you have a couple of options here, but we're going to be going with the Breastplate of Valor for the 20% cooldown. Some viable options are the Hide of the Nemean Lion, which is going to give you the block stacks, the Legion Celestial Knight Helm or Celestial Legion Helm is also a good item. That's more of a hybrid item. Breastplate is just more of a purely physical defense item. But with our cooldowns reduced, we're going to be able to use all of our abilities more often. We went with the Voidstone first because they have 2 magical characters. We're going to jump in. We miss all of our damage from our 1 and our jump. Pretty poor engagement on my part right there. We're going to go check the enemy blue, set up some wards. The enemy blue is there. Our wards are placed. We're going to show back the lane. We jump in. We go ahead and ult the Vulcan. He uses his beads way too late. We're taking some tower damage, so we're going to try to fall back right here. Since it does not look like we're making much progress on the enemy Phoenix, we're going to invade the enemy blue. This is going to give us a little bit of golden XP, and it's also going to prevent them from getting some golden XP outside of the wave. After getting the blue buff, we're going to make a play for the Demon King. The Demon King is going to make it to where the enemy's structure is not going to attack, excluding the Titan. So whenever we get this, their Phoenix won't shoot any shots, which means if we push a minion wave in there, the minions are going to be able to just deal damage to the Phoenix until the enemy minion wave appears or until they get cleared. We are able to get the Demon King. We're going to start falling back. AMC is in a little bit of trouble. AMC gets Mez, rooted, knocked into space. Vulcan uses his ultimate, and luckily Kumba saved AMC's life. Right now we're trying to get AMC out. We're going to jump back, get out of the Vulcan turret. We're doing our best, trying to provide as much peel as possible. We shoot our 1, does not get the stun. Janus is here as well. Looks like all 3 of us are out, so we're going to start falling back. We do have enough money for the Breastplate of Valor. We're going to jump out of Fountain, try to make our way up lane. Looks like our team's tussling. The red buff is up, but since the Phoenix can't shoot, we're going to want to try to pressure the Phoenix. AMC is able to get the pick onto the Vulcan. We attack the minion twice, only to continue moving forward. We're going to go ahead and work on the Phoenix, and I think we're going to be able to close it out pretty soon after this. Awesome. We do not have fire minions yet, so we're probably going to disengage and try to peel some camps away. We stick around for this wave. Maybe not. I don't know if we're going to get any of the gold or XP from that wave. The wave's still alive, so probably not. We're going to go ahead and work on the right lane, get the red camp. We stepped a little too far away from the red camp. Nope, we did get the golden XP for it. We're going to go hit the small camp. Kumba is all the way in the left for some reason. Our blue buff is up, so we're probably going to make a play for the blue buff. Kumba is here. Looks like it's just him, so none of the damage is really here. Nothing to be too concerned about. There's the damage. AMC is about to get stunned by the Kumba. We're going to see if we can get them to come up to our tower line anymore. We blink in, we use our ultimate, we're able to get 2 of them. That is a Neath backflip, we're able to use our Neath. Neath has no mobility, we shoot her with the 1, we're able to get the pick. Kumba is in his passive state. We are going to let our teammate get the Kumba kill, and we're going to make a play for this Vulcan. We use our 2 to get the slow, and Janus is able to clean it up. So I feel like we did a really good job frontlining right there, providing the space for Janus to recover the cooldowns and then use his abilities again. With 3 people down, I feel like we should be able to get some poke onto the Titan. We're probably not going to be able to finish it, but we should be able to at least get his health down a little bit. We get it pretty weak. Kumba's about to spawn. We shoot our 1, hitting Kumba and the Titan, so we get the damage onto the Titan. Neath is focusing minions. With just Kumba focused on our Janus, we're not that concerned. The damage is really coming from Neath and Vulcan, so if Kumba is CCing Janus to death for 5 minutes, it really doesn't matter, as long as we can keep Vulcan and Neath away from it. We get the stun onto the Vulcan. We're going to jump in. He uses his backfire. We're going to step past the turret. We get knocked up. Janus misses his ability, it looks like. We have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and ult. We ult too. We're able to get the pick onto the Kumba. We're going to start using our 2 on Neath and the Titan. That is a Vulcan ultimate. University Hype is able to get the pick. We pop a shell. Janus uses his Aegis. Vulcan's the last one. That's an Aegis by AMC. And I think we're going to be able to close it out. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you ever have a Smite question or want to party up, the Discord link is in the description down below. Thank you for stopping by. These stats will be posted in just a moment. Have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.